Hey, everybody, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me are my good buddies, Tad and
Oh,
Phil.
try that again, Tyler. Those thwips were weak.
All
Weak.
right, and across the
He's
interwebs
out of
from
web
me,
fluid.
and across the interwebs from
There
me
we go.
are
There you
Tad and
go.
Phil. I
Oh,
really I have to push the noise really hard because I think my beard blocks my AirPods. And so,
Uh,
blaming it
so
on the beard.
on
Blaming
my
it on the
end
beard.
they were decent.
okay,
Hi guys,
whatever.
how are you?
Pretty good. It's good to have you back for a day and hopefully for a couple more because
We're
we gotta
roping you back
do
into this.
a Black Hammer and a Monstrous episode, and then we got year-end stuff, and I know you wanted to come back for that. So like
Yeah, the year end stuff will be really cool.
I
Black
feel
Hammer
like
for
you should
sure.
I feel like you should be coming back pretty much for the rest of the year now because we've got Black Hammer Monstrous and then three year-end episodes. So I'm just tossing that out there, Tyler.
Okay.
We can schedule around you.
We'll have to
Uh,
see. Saturdays are pretty tough because of our work schedule.
well, it's Sunday morning right now. We
It
can do
is Sunday,
Sundays
so
long enough to again, we can schedule around you.
yes, that sounds good.
Even though there's a good chance I'll be working at comic shop Sundays.
Oh, you're
Uh,
gonna do. We're not open Sundays, so that's good for
yeah,
us. But
yeah. We're kind of test ballooning the Sunday by having me go in and do it. Um, so
we're we're
let's
doing it today because of a Santa Claus in town kind of thing.
right.
So we will be open today, but
Yeah.
normally we are taking Sundays off.
So episode 212. I've been doing a better job of actually saying that. I sometimes forget.
Hmm.
You know what? We definitely need to do a better job of is mentioning the Patreon,
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. If you want to give us a few bucks on Patreon, we will totally take it.
and it
Um,
goes to if we
and
do
Tyler, are you
somehow
posting on Instagram while you're talking to us?
At this moment,
Yeah.
gas.
I just
no.
got an alert for a Nexus Vault Instagram post.
Oh no, my partner handles our social media.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep,
So he's
not
posting on his. I mean, I wouldn't
not
blame you. You'd be allowed to post on immigrant Instagram while you were talking to us.
not me at the moment, but no, that's our partner.
Your
Um,
Instagram needs to be liking us more often. We like you.
oh, I
This
will
is
get
this is
on
a
that because
brutal
I
realization right now.
because that's not me. It is not me. I'm sorry about that.
I'm just messing with you. I'm
Tyler,
just
why
I
messing
will.
don't
with
you
you.
like us? Why don't you like us on Instagram even?
I'm just messing with
Hold
you.
on, hold on. I will go. I don't. Can we have two people in an Instagram account at the same time?
I don't
Because
know. Don't
our
don't worry
partner.
about it. Don't worry
It's
about it.
like crossing
We'll
the streams, but
yeah.
for Mark Zuckerberg, whatever he
So I
does.
don't know if you
Actually, what I
noticed.
really need to do is have Kelly make up a poster to send out to you to put up to plug the show in shop.
There
For
we go.
sure.
And then your customers will start expecting you to come back.
Well, and the poster would have to have his face on it naturally.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
There's a three-face version.
There we
There is a
go.
three-face one, yeah.
Oh,
And
I
then
haven't seen the
make
three-faced one.
make sure there's a QR code so that they can go right to it, kind of thing. But
Right. Right.
Oh,
um,
that's a smart move too.
So
yeah,
let's roll through the news so we can get to the thankful part
sure.
because we need a thankful episode.
Hmm.
We've had too much heaviness. So it, it, it's we've taken slightly deeper dives into this for a while, but 9E art who needs to be out of the Angoulême business
Yep.
entirely,
Yep.
officially suspended this year's edition of Angoulême. That they refuse to cancel it yet,
Jeez.
because they are under some misguided idea that it might go on with them.
Oof.
It's pretty clear it
They're
won't.
yeah, hoping to sweep it under the rug, but yeah,
Right.
that would
I
yeah,
mean,
we're not prepared.
particularly as the previously unnamed um,
Hmm.
employee who was sexually assaulted last year, and then fired for reporting it, is now named. She's come
Mhm.
out and been doing interviews. Um, yeah, yeah, they need to go
Crazy.
away, and then we need to get Angoulême back.
Mhm.
Um, but in happier news, we have The Beat has their holiday gift guides out, and as always, they are fantastic. So, like, if you have comic lovers in your life and we're not good enough in terms of all of the stuff we tell you is awesome, The Beat often fills in gaps that we miss. And for that matter, if you got video game lovers or whatnot, the stuff that we don't cover, The Beat does. So go check out Heidi and Company's work.
I was
Uh,
gonna say, who do you think has been telling me about good stuff for the past 10 years in comics? You know, that's
right,
that's our
right,
that's our secret
right, right,
weapon.
right, right. Uh, what kind of week has it been? Well, uh,
Been crazy.
A lot of
uh,
turkeys out there.
it turns out that Pete Hegseth is enough of a war criminal that there are actually Republicans who are now calling for investigation. Armed services committees in both chambers have announced that they will be investigating the extrajudicial killings, also known as war crimes, or really, since we're not at war, murder.
Yeah,
In
Doesn't it feel like he's just trying to like flex his muscles and show like I can do
uh-huh,
this if I want to?
it's
who
it's some
is?
pretty
Yeah,
stupid
yeah.
It's
behavior
pretty
for
bad.
a
Um,
politician.
so I mean, again, upside, it looks like there might actually be investigations. Whether there'll be consequences, we'll see.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, uh, it's so hard to even know how to handle this one because it's a tragedy. It's a horrible thing. Two members of the West Virginia National Guard were shot in D.C. One has died. The other is still in critical condition. Um, Thankfully, it's not going without being said that they are probably illegally in D.C.
Yeah.
Uh, but still, there are a lot of people that want to make it about the Afghan refugee
Mhm.
who got them or allegedly shot them, um, and tie it to immigration and how we shouldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. Um, but Spencer Ackerman, friend of the podcast, Pulitzer winning, Pulitzer Prize winning national security reporter, has a piece at Zateo talking specifically about how this particular Afghan refugee worked for us in
Mhm.
Afghanistan. Um, on what can really only be called kill squads run by the CIA at
Wow,
an incredibly young age. Um, so I
that's
encourage everybody to go read that piece. I'm going to drop a link into our show. I don't even know what you call the part that goes on out to all the podcast services or whatnot. Like not full show notes. Everybody knows I'm way behind on the blog, but I'll drop the link in the way I often drop Kickstarter links or whatever in. Um,
yeah. I'd be very interested to read
because it's
further
worth a read.
details. Yeah, that's
Um,
I was gonna go out on a limb and say that I don't think that there is a lot of crime across the country from uh, immigrants, people
oh,
from foreign
statistically
countries.
speaking, there really isn't.
Exactly, yeah. So when
Even
it
less
does
from illegal
happen,
immigrants.
exactly. So when it does happen, there are extenuating circumstances, and something really fucked up and wrong has happened, clearly. And so that's why I'm glad
Most of the
Spencer
time.
has the details.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
should never be taken as a reason to, I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like a
But
Yeah.
personal tragedy.
yeah, I don't have the energy to
Yeah,
uh get into the politics of a couple of guardsmen being shot right now. But
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
that's
it's
fair.
the people that are playing politics with it are also lying.
Oh yeah, as per usual.
Um, so anyway, let us talk some new to order comics.
yeah, this is gonna be exciting. This is Archie versus or I don't know how do you pronounce the X? Is it
I
versus?
just go Archie X Army of Darkness.
Okay, Archie X Army of Darkness #1
You actually have
by
to multiply it.
Eric Berto and Bill Gavlin. It's a teenage nightmare. There's a certain man named Ash, you may have heard of him, who is doomed to battle against the forces of evil over and over again, whether he likes it or not. Now, no matter where he goes, the cycle of violence always repeats itself until the day that he arrives in the picturesque town of Riverdale. This supernaturally wholesome community seems to break the curse that has plagued Ash ever since he encountered its otherworldly evil all those years ago. Or rather, the curse was broken until an overcurious teenager named Archie finds a copy of the Necronomicon Ex Mortis and reads a portion of it aloud, summoning the horrifying Deadites once
Yes.
again. Now, Ash and the good townsfolk of Riverdale must hold back the undead hordes long enough for Archie to undo what he's unwillingly done. Otherwise, an army of darkness will roll over Riverdale and destroy everything and everyone in the path. And that's just not going to happen on Ashley J. Williams' watch. This looks really good, you guys. It's going to be in stores on February 4th of 26.
Final
That
order
feels
cutoff
weird to
is
say
January
26.
5th.
Yeah, that feels
Yeah,
weird.
this is totally one that I would have made fun of 10 years ago, and then I read Archie versus Predator, and never again.
Yeah,
Never again
yep.
will I make fun of an Archie crossover with anything.
This is not a plug, but
At least not before reading it.
I have an Army of Darkness comic in my shop right now. That's like $80.
Yeah.
So I mean that property is still popular.
How did that happen?
And you can plug your store all you want. Nexus Vault, Laverne, Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm doing the comic shop lately. That's why I haven't been on the show,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's been fun. I'm really having a great time. I'm happy that it's my well, we'll get to the thankful part.
And nexusvault.com.
Yeah,
People can
the
help
Nexus
Tyler
Vault.
out
Yep.
by people can help Tyler out by ordering stuff there. The more you order, the more likely he is to be able to come back to be on the show because he can hire somebody to be there on weekends.
We did have somebody and he quit on us. We'll
A
get into that.
pass.
We'll get into that.
Barbarian Behind Bars, #1 from Elliot Kalin and Andrea Moody, the team that gave us oh God, why can't I remember? It was an Aftershock book that went away about the slasher in the trains of or in New York, and I'm just drew a
Maniac
blank.
of New York.
Maniac of New York.
Yeah.
Have reteamed up for Barbarian Behind Bars. Who is this mysterious, muscle-bound warrior who came to our world in a storm of magic and violence? That's what public defender Irene Chang wants to know. The guy came out of nowhere, doesn't speak English, and now she's supposed to help him beat a murder charge after he chopped some other weird dude's head off with a magic axe in broad daylight. Of course, he may not live to go to trial with all the enemies he's making in prison. Good thing his cellmate grills a mean cheese sandwich. Final order cutoff is January 19th in stores on February 11th.
All right. Next up, we've got Bleeding Hearts #1 from Dennis Camp and Stephen Morian, the red hot writer of Absolute Martian Manhunter. And we're skipping that preamble to The Zombies won. And 10 years after the fall of humanity, they're the dominant form of life or not life on Earth. They've developed their own cultural practices, their own language, their own society. Mouse pokes golf ball through hole in head. Poke for short is beloved member of his community, and with his brother in arm Mush, he's happy to shamble along through the only world he can remember until the day his heart mysteriously starts beating again. And in a blink, the first humans he sees have stopped looking like food and have started looking like Friends? The team behind 20th Century Men, the bold mission statement that launched writer Dennis Camp and artist Stephen Moran to the next level of the comics industry, has have reunited to bring you a world ruled by ruthless kill or be killed logic, pitted against the demands of a single beating, bleeding, emotional heart. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 11th.
Diorc, half dwarf, half orc, armed with nothing but a magical yet ambitiously violent shield. A
Do you
lonely
think that's
orphan.
pronounced dork? Sorry.
It could be.
I
It
think
just
it
looks
is,
like
but I decided to
dork.
have fun with
I
it.
like the
Diorc.
orc.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Ted. Go on.
Armed with nothing but a magical yet ambitiously violent shield, a lonely orphan stumbles headfirst into Sunderain's never-ending war between light and dark, elves versus orcs, wizards versus common sense, dragons versus literally everyone, and caught dead center, Diorc. With a wholly inconvenient doomsday prophecy, the half-dwarf, half-arc, all Diorc, is fated to end the world soon. Every human, elf, goblin, dwarf, snargle-tooth, necroid, ice giant, trauma llama. Trauma llama. Are you going to bring trauma
That's a
llamas in
good
to
one.
die?
Mama llama, red pajama, trauma llama.
And at least 3 other unpronounceable magical creatures will know his name and want him dead. There will also be a chicken. This is from Brett Bean and Jean-Francois Beaulieu. Final order cutoff is January 12th, in stores on February 4th from Image Comics.
All right. This happens to be quickly one of my favorite not new, this is an old IP, but comic books that I'm getting into is DuckTales. This is the DuckTales Valentine's Day Special 2026 by Connor Ratliff and James the Third. Or is it James Ill? I don't know.
No, it's James the Third.
Okay. And then art by Libero Ermetti. All's fair in love and sorcery. The world's richest duck didn't accumulate his uncountable cajillions by being anyone's fool. And no one is more foolish than a fool in love. So when February 14th rolls around and the unsolicited cards and presents from charlatans and two-timers start piling up on his desk, Scrooge McDuck has multiple levels of precautions in place to neutralize all of their nefarious schemes. One age-old adversary, however, has forged a plan to bypass all of McDuck Moneybin's famed defenses and secure the ultimate prize, Uncle Scrooge's precious number 1 dime. The
Indefatigable.
The indefatigable Magica Dispel just needs to get close enough to Scrooge to cloud his mind with the rare forget-me-do flower. But when the single-minded sorceress is caught in the same memory-fogging spell as her quarry, all bets are off. Romance is suddenly in the air. Having forgotten their long history of enmity, could these rival ducks turn into cooing lovebirds? The final order cutoff is January 12th, and this will be in stores February 11th.
All right, now it's time for the Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre.
Jesus, that's a title.
Yep, by Fred Kennedy and James Edward Clark. Disco Hippo Wonderland is the #1 amusement park in Flamingo City, but few realize its corpulent owner, Jans Major Disco, is about to release the most potent drug ever created, Coke 45. Fortunately for humanity, Agent Clark, Nebraska, is on the case. She'll bring down Disco home come heck or high water. That was the plan until her undercover agent, Tico Senecoza, was captured. And before she can rescue him, Mikael, Tico's sexy loose cannon of an older brother, beats her to the punch, storming into the park with bullets flying. Disco panics, dumping the Coke 45 into the hippo enclosure and letting them loose on the park before fleeing into Wonderland's tunnel network. Nebraska's plans are totally off the rails, and things get worse when a marijuana smoke-fueled hurricane drowns the park in torrential rain. Now it's up to Nebraska and Mikael to create an uncomfortable truce to bring Disco down before he escapes. Final order cutoff January 26th, in stores February 18th from Mad Cave.
They look
I love
great. This
Mad
kind of
Cave.
silly,
Oh yeah,
crazy stories. I love them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like up here that you've got in quotes fearless Fred Kennedy and
Uh-huh.
James quote Edward Clark.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one.
Quote.
Oh.
All right.
All right,
Graphic
some graphic
novels.
novels. Yeah.
All right. This is Detective Stanley and the Green Thumb Thief by Hannah Tunnicliffe and Erica Harrison from Flying Eye Books. All right. A clever, funny comic for young readers. Oh, I'll skip that. It's a botanical burglary who is swiping precious and priceless plants from the gnarly bone gardens. Barnaby Moss, head of horticulture, is flummoxed. Someone is thieving very rare specimens from the winter garden, and they are worth a lot of money. The latest Detective Stanley mystery is curlier than a
Cute.
vine and full of twisty secrets. Join Detective Stanley and his pal Parker Pine to catch the botanical bandit. A perfect crime for young readers moving on from picture books, children who love comics, or anyone who likes a good mystery. Guys, this is going to be a final order cutoff of January 5th. That's my mom's birthday. And will be in stores February 3rd. Looks good. I'm going to order that one for sure. I need more uh, children's titles, you know.
Mm.
Well, I've been highlighting them all. You have this wonderful resource. You can just go look at the most recent show notes and have a rundown of everything that I thought was interesting in both catalogs.
The issue is I'm going by final order cutoff when I'm ordering.
No, I understand.
And so
Well,
I'm your stuff is by the order
the
new to
initial
order.
order, but I
Yeah,
do also do the final order cutoff a week ahead of time.
true. Yep, you do. All right,
So
good to
just
know.
these
Is it
these are
oh
options.
the next one's mine as well. Good Lord. Sorry guys.
Uh-huh. You went
Back
Frankenstein
back
to
to
the
back,
back,
man.
back
Did
to
you?
back.
Frankenstein Unconquered. Yeah, it is me.
Okay.
Uh
Yeah.
Book one from Wells Thompson, Dalton K. Shannon, Mary Landro, Elizabeth Mackenzie, and Dahlia Maha from Hermes Press. 500 years after the end of Mary Shelley's novel, the Arctic thaws and the beast awakens to a bombed out apocalypse as hideous and hostile as he is. Seeing an opportunity to reinvent himself and live the peaceful life he always wanted, the beast attempts to live simply with villagers who are unafraid of his ghastly appearance. But when soldiers come to collect their due, violence is the only answer, and his dream of a simple life is ripped away in a nightmare of his own design. Having followed his warpath to its bloody conclusion, the beast was exiled to the stars, his legacy tarnished, his family flayed before his eyes. This looks awesome, you guys. It's gonna final order cutoff is January 19th, and it will be in storage February 18th.
All right. Next up is Genderqueer, the annotated edition, from Maya Kobabe, Phoebe Kobabe, Justin Hall, Randy Sohm. Uh, This special annotated edition calls on voices from academic and creative communities to further shed light on Kababe's work, exploring the technicalities of comic creation, the history of the LGBTQIA+ community, and highlighting personal anecdotes from a host of writers and artists discussing their own experiences growing up queer, featuring commentary from designer and animator Phoebe Kababe, the ABCs of OK, cartoonist Ashley R. Guillory, Dr. Sandra Cox, Matthew No, and author Hal Shreve, and many more. This beautiful hardcover edition promises to be a wonderful educational tool for years to come. Final order cutoff of April 27th, in stores May 20th. And that is going to
And I
be,
had him skip to the annotation parts because I think
yes.
most people that listen to this podcast at least know one of the most banned books in America is Genderqueer,
Yeah.
and a lot of why, and probably have gone and watched Senator Kennedy from Louisiana reading what he thinks is the most objectionable section without bothering to show that the pictures for that section are like
Oh,
cell
yeah.
phones.
It's absolutely bonkers, the hullabaloo over that book. But yeah, everybody
Right.
needs to know about it.
Yeah. Meta Doggos, a
Nice.
wisecracking dystopian visual feast. Gail Caldera is a self-styled junkyard dog who runs with his crew, the Meta Doggos, a squad of teenage dirtbags living in a techno megalopolis, the Meta Station. With no place to crash after losing his friend's guitar, he drops a tab of Metadago at late night rave with his friends, and everything goes sideways. Strobing lights, teeming dance floors, and endless skyscrapers from an eerie futuristic backdrop for this daring, imaginative exploration of race, class, and the belonging through the lens of youth culture and science fiction. Translated by Montana Kane, Metadagos reinvents the cyberpunk fairy tale in the vein of Tank Girl, Blade Runner, and Love and Rockets. This is from Berenice Motois de Narbonne at Drawn and Quarterly. Final order cutoff is January 12th in stores on March 4th.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
It does.
All right, here we have Tamiya and the Memories of the Dragon from David Branya and Pajito. Little Tamiya and her father must overcome a difficult time in their lives. To do so, they decide to spend their summer vacation in Damar, a beautiful town with delicious pastries, mysterious shopkeepers, and no technology. On their first night, Tamiya is awakened by a weird noise, a dragon. Sasut has broken in seeking something, but is Sasut a dream or is he a new friend? Adventure awaits as Tamiya and Sasut seek something lost and learn about the world and themselves in the process. Final order cutoff of January 19th in stores February 11th, and that's going to be from Paper Cuts.
Paper Cuts,
Yeah, that
which
looks really fun.
Tyler, if you're looking for kids stuff,
I was going to
Paper
Yeah.
say
Cuts is very well curated,
this.
really good stuff.
I got to
Okay.
remember this one. I might get
I
this.
have got, yeah, I've
Oh,
been
it's
Yeah,
getting
next.
paper cuts.
they give Scholastic Graphics a run for their money in terms
I
of
agree.
the
I've been
best
getting
stuff
quite a
coming
few
out.
paper cut stuff.
I think I
Yeah.
might get that for my niece for her birthday. That's also a shout out to my sister-in-law Kelly if she's listening. Hey Kelly.
Vincent van Gogh, Sadness Will Last Forever. A gorgeously rendered, emotional exploration of the life and death of one of the most famously tormented painters in human history. Through an emotional dialogue between Vincent and his own madness, the artist revisits the most significant loves and losses of his short life. From his tender and tumultuous relationship with his brother Theo to the famous quarrel with Gauguin that resulted in the self mutilation of his ear, to the extreme act of self harm that led to his death. Vincent van Gogh channeled an extraordinary light as bright today as it was upon his death in 1890. Now in print for the first time in English, Van Gogh, Sadness is Forever, casts its own light onto the darkest shadows of the painter's life and inspirations. This is from Francesco Barilli and Sacca, and it's a Mad Cave Becco Giallo release. Final order cutoff is February 2nd, and in-store date is February 25th. So how about some collections?
Yeah. Let's see here. Tyrant. This has been selling pretty well for me in single issue.
Has it?
But yeah. Um,
I've heard good things.
yeah, it's by Zahn, Godfar from Image Comics. The lives of a struggling but madly ambitious Iranian playwright and an Arab serpent king from 611 AD, who once was given the power to halt death itself in its tracks, become reti- reticulated around
Reticulated.
reticulated. I can't read around a non-zero sum game. Epic action and magical mythology clash when Zahak, a fearsome legend infamous for his stark depiction of tyrants, proposes to Hafez to toss out the death-dealing, unpromising miss of Seventh Sea conclusion. Instead, Hafez must retell it with a Kirby exodus for Zahak To give his tale a Miller reboot in the comic industry, Hafez must also deal with the risk of deportation to Iran and going home to a past and a looming persecution he does not want to face. This is awesome, you guys. It's going to final order cutoff of January 12th, and it's going to be in stores February 18th.
Yeah, Josh Eiserreich was telling me about this, and it sounds really good. I'm gonna have to go catch up.
Yeah, it looks great. I have not read it either, but I there's an issue out this week. That's why it's on my mind. So,
Yeah. The Killer, Affairs of the State 2. This is another one that we should bring you back to discuss because we
yep.
did all of The Killer too.
I'm reading this in issues right now.
Yeah, I am too. The assassin returns, and this time the job gets personal. Now operating out of a secluded cabin in the mountains of the south of France, the killer has developed a straightforward routine: take the job, complete the mission, disappear. But when an unexpected neighbor with her own dark past suddenly disrupts his carefully managed solitude, it becomes the catalyst for a mission unlike any he's taken before. After uncovering a sprawling human trafficking operation with international ties, the killer is forced to confront not only his enemies, but also the limits of a dangerous quality, the potential to care despite his own attachment. Uh, this is from Mats and Luke Giacomon at Boom Archaea. Final order cutoff is January 26th and in stores on April 28th.
Really good.
I love the killer.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Alrighty, and then we've got Trailer Trash, Volume 1 from Natalie Wong and Alyssa Villery and Yishan Lee. Tabitha Moore has lived a miserable life of regret and being treated as trailer trash Tabitha. But after a mishap with an MRI, her mind is sent back to 1998 and into her 16-year-old body. With her life now in front of her, maybe this is the chance to redo her life. But is it so easy to change what you've already lived through? It's going to be final order cutoff of January 5th, in stores March 11th. And that is going to be from Webtoon
And Vault.
And Vault.
Yep. All righty. So Tyler, you want to announce our new thing rather than making people now sit through 20 minutes of us reading through all of
all of it.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, guys. If you want a complete rundown of the list that we're talking about, jump to the after the next page, or the next page, I should say.
Yeah. Stick around after this
episode
for the next page.
Stick around, and that'll be brought to you by my new shop, the Nexus Vault in Laverne, Minnesota. We have been up and going for a month, and it has been a blast. I am exhausted because we had a hire, but like I said, he decided that was too much work because it has taken off. I'm just gonna say that, like, we're busy. We're busy
awesome.
A lot. Yeah,
that's great.
And the person that we hired has a little bit of social anxiety, and I knew that.
In comics, no.
Yeah. And I knew that, and after our literally opening day, he was like, I can't do this. I'm like, okay. And we decided
see if he wants to be like the Tuesday guy.
Well, currently we're not open Tuesdays.
So you're closed Sunday through Tuesday?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's not bad. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, Wednesday through Saturdays are days that we are open. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are also brought to you by Modern Age Comics in Algonquin, Illinois. So we got comic shops in 2 states that will be coming up again, I'm certain, when we get to our thankfulness.
Yes.
Final order cutoff this week. Not a lot, but we got Loca's, the Maggie and Hopi story from Fantagraphics, in stores on January 21st. This is the collection of Jaime Hernandez stories from like the first 50 issues of Love and Rockets. And then The Pass by Catriona Chapman also at Fantagraphics on January 21st. Crowdfunding, we have Planet Death Original Art Edition from Tomas Giarello at Bad Idea on Kickstarter through December 4th, and Destiny New York Volume 7 by Pat Shand and Matteo Leone, Space Between Entertainment on Kickstarter through December 5th. 3 amazing books this week.
I love your number one.
Yeah, it was kind of a light week, but there was some really good stuff. Leading off with Orla number 4 from John Lees and Sally Cantorino. We're winding down, taking twists, having major character development, whatnot, and still some like blood and guts and gore. Galactic number 1 from Kurt Byers and Emil Kopina absolutely lived up to the hype. And Devil on My Shoulder number 1 from Kyle Starks, Peter Kowalski at Dark Horse had one of the coolest ever trigger warnings at the beginking.
It did.
It started out with warning, depictions of gore, violence against women, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But then a separate line of her revenge will be justice.
Nice.
It was a great book. It was a great book.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it. What's nice is I'm reading my stuff early because like I said, I'm getting it a few days early.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to.
The perks
too.
of having a shop.
Except, you got to unpack it all, and put it into the system. And okay, yeah.
I was gonna say it probably, it
You don't have a way to just upload the invoice once you've made certain that it's all there.
Oh, we'll have to talk about that. No, I do not.
Interesting.
I'm using Square.
Like
I'm not using the Comic Suite. Is that what it's called? Comic Suite?
Well, you shouldn't be using the Diamond one.
Yeah, no, I'm not using
there are a number of other options.
Okay. Anyway, we'll talk about that. I'm just using Square's native software.
Gotcha.
Oh, if you use the Diamond Suite, it just starts billing you.
Does Square have any like I know that yeah, we'll have to talk later. And
there's one that I'm looking at, but it being that they're mostly around $100 a month, it's just an expense I don't want right now.
Right.
But anyway, let's keep going.
Bill, take a walk.
Oh yeah. So I did not get a chance to head to the comic shop this week due to a holiday that felt like it came out of nowhere. So instead, these are it's the end of the month. If somehow you are listening to this today and not tomorrow on December 1st, here are the things I burned the last of my Hoopla picks on. First up there is Crystal Heart, a graphic novel from Dark Horse by Iran Atharam and Aviv Or. We had a good chat with them recently. Go ahead and check that out if you want to hear about this actual play comic. It sounds really great, and I'm excited to dig into it. Then there's All Against All, a miniseries from I think 2 years ago, maybe from Image.
This was good.
Oh yeah, the pitch was Tarzan or Alien, where Tarzan is the alien. I think that was how they described it. From Alex Pecknadel and Casper Wingard and Hassan Atsmain El How. Then there is Under Kingdom, which looks like a crunchy graphic novel from Mary Enger and Christoph Bogox and Dark Horse. It looks awesome. And then I figured I'd give a try to book from people I'd never heard of before. It's called Knights Season 1 Part 1 by Wyatt Kennedy and Luigi Formisano at Image. It looks pretty interesting. It's all over the place.
Wyatt Kennedy did Bolero.
Bolero.
And I really enjoyed it. And I've been
meaning
to read more of his work.
I'll try to get to that one first and see if we can incentivize
it. Doesn't matter which order. So Tyler, you know what has happened since you bailed on me?
Abandoned the One Piece race.
I have not had nearly the drive to keep. So this is like the third week in a row where I read no chapters of One Piece.
Okay,
I'm stuck at 617.
Have you kept reading One Piece? Have you pulled ahead?
No. I was gonna have some song and dance about how I'm on like chapter 1000 or something, but no. I have been reading it, but very sparingly. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
chapter I'm on right now. Um, but yeah, I have just had to put that aside. I'm just too busy.
No, I understand. I understand. Um, and after Phil brags that he read one more chapter of manga than me again this week, we'll talk about the reasons we've been busy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's still weird. I am intrigued because it looks like Mob is ignoring the uncomfortable ghost that's following him around. And it Bob also has a younger brother who seems like a very interesting character. So I think I am sticking with this one. Well, you know, it's a classic for a reason.
All
Okay.
righty. Uh, this is the Sunday after Thanksgiving, so as is 22 panels tradition. Um, we're going to talk about what we're thankful for, mostly in the world of comics, but at this point, the world of comics just includes our worlds. Um, because like, I mean, that's one of the things I'm thankful for. Somehow I belong in the world of comics, which is kind of weird. I've actually been writing up panel proposals for
Ooh,
C2E2
that's
that I'll be
amazing.
putting in. I have
That's
some
great.
really impressive people who are willing to be on panels that I'm putting in that I'm not going to announce on the air at least until
Wow.
it's been approved. But like,
For this C2E2, like in March or April,
yeah,
whatever it is. Okay.
yeah, the deadline is tomorrow. So literally
Holy cow.
li
Yeah.
literally, I mean, I've written them all up. I bounced them off of my friend Britt,
Hmm.
who's done panels at country or Comic Cons all over the country. So like I wanted his take. So at this point it's mostly just cut and paste, and I'll be doing that literally after we're done with this while I'm waiting for the show to download or finish processing on Zoom. Um, but yeah, no, it's like weird that like not only did I finally reach the point where I'm like, hey, I do this podcast, and by the way, we have 750 as of yesterday, 750 episodes up.
Awesome.
A
Um,
Titanic achievement.
right. That like when somebody shot me an email saying, "Hey, crazy idea, why don't we propose an indie comics panel?" I went, "That's not a crazy idea."
Not crazy at
That's
all.
something that I should be doing.
That is
Right?
like, yeah, that is right in your wheelhouse.
Um, when I really had that feeling that I'm like, is when, as because I've got some long shot panel ideas and I've got some like steadier panel ideas, but because so few guests have been announced, it's harder because like some of the panel ideas would be much less long shot if I could go, oh, well, Chris Condon will be there and Tom King will be there and
Right.
whatever. But I don't know who will be in Chicago, so I don't know. But so and I'll even tease it just a little bit. As I was driving to work one morning, I was thinking, who do I know in Chicago that I could make an easy panel or make a good panel out of? Um, and so I don't know if I've told you guys that one of my autistic things is sometimes I'll start hearing a song before I like know why.
Hmm.
It's
Okay.
kind of the way my brain will lead me to something. So I'm
Interesting.
driving and I'm trying to think, who do I know in Chicago that and suddenly in my head I'm hearing Bob Dylan singing, "I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now."
Hmm.
And I immediately knew, oh, I need to email these people. And I did
Fascinating.
so first thing when I got into the building. So I sent out an email to two New York Times best-selling authors at 7:45 a.m. And by 11:30, they had both not only said yes, but like unequivocally, hell yes.
Nice.
Great.
Let's do
I'm
this.
excited. All
And I'm
right.
like, ah. So I'm really hoping that one gets chosen so I can tell the end of that story sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Uh, but also
And
this show has spawned two comic shops this year. Um,
For
because
sure.
I don't think I'm pushing things to say that um part of Edgar finally taking the plunge into buying a comic shop
Mhm.
was that he knew he had me on his bench.
I hope so.
Um,
It's a heavy hitter, you know.
right. And Tyler, I know, like it was doing this that like pushed him over to when it was like, oh, I left one teaching job, we didn't move. Am I going to scramble for another teaching job or am I going to do something else? When I think I can do this, and it sounds like he's
Kicking butt at
already
it.
reaping some benefits. So Tyler, tell us about more of your journey because we haven't gotten to see enough of it lately because you like got too busy and ran away from us. And so one of the
It
things is I'm thankful that Tyler is just here staring back at me. I missed him. Phil, you're okay.
I
Phil,
was
you're
about to
all
say
But
right.
it's
it,
still
and
Jesus.
here. I was thinking about a joke that
I,
I'd be
I
the
am
one missing Tyler
also
more. It's
thankful
clear
that
Tad is the
Phil
one that
was
misses
here to
Tyler more.
step in because it would have been really, 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 really sad if the podcast that started with Tyler saying, I'm just looking for somebody who won't flake out on me, ended with Tyler going,
Oh.
I'm too busy.
Well,
I
it
gotta
wouldn't.
go, guys.
I
No,
have to imagine there that Tad would. I think you'd get at least 2 or 3 episodes talking to yourself. You know.
I mean, probably I'd just kill the weekly episode if I ever had to.
Yeah.
yeah. Because
Or,
then,
or
because
or
you're,
dramatically change the weekly episode.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, maybe just do a rundown of what's going on.
Right.
Oh,
Full radio
yeah.
mode.
Well, first of all, I'm very grateful that Phil um, came on when he did. It was not intentional that I would be like, oh, sweet, there's a third guy. I can
It
go now.
like a game of
No, it was we
chess.
invited
You
you
were
to do
just
one
moving
thing and
pieces
then we
around.
liked the
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
made
I
I'm,
didn't even
sense.
when Tyler asked me if we should invite you to be the host, it didn't even occur to me that you were going to be his semi replacement.
no,
I thought we were
no,
just
not at all.
going three. Right.
I just wanted another voice to change up the
Mhm.
dynamic. And
Mhm.
you were a lot of fun to have
Well,
on.
thank you.
You're knowledgeable. You seem to be in our wheelhouse of the type of person that we like.
That's this.
Um,
This is a tight set of criteria. I'm glad I could squeeze into it.
oh, it's very tight. Like we've had so many people on the show, and none of them have like kind of like tickled that part of my brain going, wait a minute, this person is like great.
Hmm.
So Phil, I'm very grateful that you
No
have
Well,
offense,
thank you.
Andy. Keep giving us money.
oh man, but Andy couldn't do it like ongoing, you know what I
Oh
mean?
no, he doesn't have the time.
Too busy.
No.
We don't
Yeah,
even
and
have him in the Saga book club.
Yeah.
no.
I
So
which
Phil,
Oh, I was just gonna
I'm very
thank
grateful
you.
for you. Tad, I'm extremely grateful that you are making this into something bigger than I ever wanted or imagined we should do with it. You know what I mean? I
Now,
was
if
looking
we
for
can
a
only
hobby.
get some more listeners.
Yeah. So yeah, I am very thankful that I've had the opportunity to start something new in my town. My community has been so receptive to it. It's crazy. Um, people pop in all the time saying, "I'm so glad you're here for my kids." Like we really focus on young people.
Oh, that's
Um,
That's
great.
good.
I don't know if you've
Well,
noticed
then
from
I'm going to
our
give you a free idea
sure,
that I've pitched it to Edgar is something that I want to do if he ever brings me on anywhere near full time.
sure,
Do a homework club at the shop
that's not a
Mm,
bad idea.
interesting.
Um,
Especially if you have table
with
space.
some sort of reward
we've
for
got table space for gaming, so I mean it makes
right,
sense.
Nice.
right.
I don't know if
Do
you've
like
seen our
a four to six homework club where you're a teacher, so you can help out with stuff.
Yeah.
You can invite other people to come tutor. You can give space for stuff, and then like some sort of not major reward, but some sort of like
You know
bring
what?
in like the grading period report card, and it's worth a comic book, or it's worth $5 a store credit if you want to
Sure.
roll it till you've got enough for something else or something.
Yeah. I just think
This is
it's
just
just,
what I think because like I can't imagine ever stopping teaching. I just can totally imagine teaching in different ways.
yeah. Which it's been a lot of fun because I've really suffered from imposter syndrome my whole life, and this is the first time I don't feel like that.
That's amazing.
I don't feel like
That's
I
great.
have to
Yeah.
like put on this facade that I know what I'm doing, and I hope someone doesn't figure out that I'm an idiot. Um, you know what I
Because you
mean? Like,
know that you don't know what you're doing and everybody thinks you're an idiot
Oh,
and you're doing it anyway because like comics.
and so I felt like that was going to be the way it was going to go. You know, like my
I mean, I'm sorry.
community.
We watched the Big Bang episode where all of the guys wanted to invest in Stewart's comic shop, and all of the
Yeah,
girls were like, "You're a grown man wanting to sell toys. You don't see a problem with that?" And that's like it's my least favorite episode because I'm sitting there
oh,
going, "You women are so much smarter than like when Amy's doing it, I'm like, Amy, I can hand you neuroscience comic books that are
yeah,
good."
yeah. Uh, but Phil, what are you thankful for?
just to take a quick glimpse outside comics, I'm really grateful or thankful for my family this year.
Yeah.
This was the first year that the first time in 3 years that I've seen my parents on Thanksgiving, so that was really nice. And my Uncle Jim, like actually on close to Thanksgiving as opposed to around it. And we had a great time with my wife's family in Louisville too. So that was really wonderful to hear about. Uh, on a down note, I am also thankful for my parents' pug Walter, who has had like 18 beautiful years, but they are unfortunately going to be putting him down soon. So, you
You have
know,
a pug?
my parents have a
Oh,
pug, yeah,
oh,
and
I have a pug, right? I told you this
yeah,
before.
yeah,
My
yeah. You've
pug
had
Ellie.
pugs,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
they're
I was like,
adorable.
fuck, I love pugs.
I know,
Uh,
and he's blind.
Ellie.
He's deaf. He's got growths all over him. He's had a long life, so this is pour one out for Walter. Um, and then in comics, I mean, I gotta say, I'm so oh my goodness, oh she looks lovely. Oh,
she
I
she
could
was sitting
feel the
right by
ears
me
from here.
sleeping.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, let's see if we can
Oh,
hear her snort. She's snorting right now.
yeah. Oh, they're so adorable. Yeah. And I'm so thankful for you guys for knowing you for thanks for bringing me into the fold. It's been wonderful. Before that, I didn't have I comics were around my life, but I didn't have an
An
outlet
outlet.
for it. Yeah.
Yes,
So it's great to
exactly
be able
why
to
I
talk
wanted
to you
to do
guys.
this. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. It's so nice being able to talk about the books that I love and obsess over and to get to talk to some of the creators of them. That's been one of the most incredible things this year. And also just honestly anyone and everyone that we get a chance to talk to, people that I'd never heard of before. Um,
Yeah, and when you just meet a random person and you're on a Zoom call with them, you're like,
mhm.
this is a little surreal. I don't even know you, and now we're
Yeah.
having this video conversation.
Oh yeah.
And but yeah, I mean, it makes me more
I
so. I
mean,
mean, it made me
how
more
much more
social.
surreal is it when like you don't know them, but you know them?
Right. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's still a surreal feeling too,
you're like, you don't know me, but I know you.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh
You,
goodness.
you don't when Matt Wagner was on
Mhm.
and Kelly
I can
Jones.
imagine.
It's
Yeah.
it's like, yep, you guys don't know me at all, but I have known your work since I
Mhm.
was in high school.
Right. Goodness.
Both of you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um, I wanna be clear. I think Tyler knows, but like, right, remember we're on a podcast that I was ribbing Tyler. Tyler is absolutely not an imposter when it comes to running a
Oh
comic
goodness.
shop.
Oh, no,
Oh
nope.
no.
I didn't take
He
it that way.
he
No.
moved on to Phil so quickly that I didn't get to come in and clear up for the listeners that I was just giving Tyler a hard time. It's clear
Mhm.
that he knows it. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I hope he never
I
felt like an
mean,
imposter on this podcast because he's
No,
killed
but
it
you know
here
what
as
though?
well.
You know what I did feel, Tad, is that my comic knowledge was so inadequate when I met you. And I was like, holy buckets. I thought I was deep into this world. And
Just
here,
because you're not as prone to hyperfixation as me doesn't mean that you lack knowledge.
I lack knowledge in titles, in authors, in artists. I mean, all of that. You just like expanded my world like 100% because I thought what I knew was everything, but what I knew was such a small portion.
Yeah, see, and that's one of the reasons that I keep learning more is I've never thought that I knew everything.
Yeah.
I still think that I know a very small portion. And I'm able to do that without feeling like an imposter because I'm aware that I know a lot more, particularly in a diverse way than a lot of people do.
Yeah.
mhm.
But particularly because I always tend to be the jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
Um,
I get that. I mean, not about you, but about myself.
particularly with things that I love, like there to pick any aspect of baseball, music, or comics, and I know people who know like parts of it way better than I do.
Mhm.
Um, but I also know that they have whole parts that I know a lot about that they know nothing about.
Yeah.
Um, because like I'm a weird hyperfixation guy. I tend to hyperfixate at a macro level rather than a micro level. Like my hyperfixation is on comics.
Mhm.
It's not on Spider-Man. It's
But
not.
I mean that's what keeps the hyperfixation going though, Like
I
Because
mean,
there's always more. There's always more.
I know
Yep.
yeah.
people who can still keep it going
I do too.
even when it's micro.
And this is where I'll say that, I think that you hyperfixating on comics, which ends up being it's like an access point to everything else in the universe, because of how wide a
I mean,
medium comics
frankly,
is.
that's what my hyperfixations on music, comics, and baseball have in common
Yeah,
is they take me all over the world and they give me analogies for almost anything.
exactly. There we go. And the difference, this is a personal taste thing. I think that part of why I feel like it would I don't know if I would ever get tired of talking to you. It's one of those things where your
Well, thank you. There are
knowledge,
definitely
yeah,
people who do.
and that's
There
their
are people
their
in my own
loss.
family who
It's
have.
their loss. They don't realize what they
Probably.
have in front of them. It's definitely their loss. I can
Probably. I
I can
think at
say that
some
for a
point you'll
certainty.
realize that I have scripts and you've heard most of them. I mean, I do write new ones, but I think Tyler even occasionally realized, Ted, you've told this one before.
And you know what? Speaking as someone who likes to tell the same story from 20 years ago as many times as he can about my grandpa and his feelings about eggs,
Okay.
Right.
yeah, then it's one of those things that I appreciate that. And I also think that, it's one of those things where someone who hyperfixates on Spider-Man, I feel like there's an endpoint there, like
Yeah.
Nah,
eventually it turns into a wall. I think it does. I
nah.
think that at a certain point, a hyperfixation on Spider-Man could cut someone off
I mean,
socially.
well, I mean, possibly, but I mean, what I think the bigger problem is when you're hyperfixating on a character
Hmm.
is when somebody does something with the character you don't like,
I could see that. Yeah, it
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 can make you
does.
surly.
Yeah, it tends to warp things more than
Yeah,
like a broad
yeah,
interest does.
You start to
what,
feel like you have a vested interest in
right.
that character, like
How
you
dare
Right.
you do
how
this to
dare
my
you write
character?
Yeah.
this way.
You've
Yeah.
only written 10 issues. I've read 6,000 issues.
Right. Those sorts of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you start to feel like you're a shot caller and you're like, maybe
I
not.
mean, I mean, in not the same episode, but another episode of Big Bang that we watched yesterday was the one where Sheldon was trying to start his own Comic Con because they hadn't gotten tickets to Comic Con, and he's
Yeah.
on the phone with Robert Downey's publicist or whatever, and he's like, I watched 2 hours, or I watched Iron Man 2. That means he owes me at least 2 hours of his time. And I'm like, no.
Oh,
Can
if
you
only it
imagine
worked
if
that way.
everybody who watched Iron Man 2 got 2 hours of Robert Downey's
He'd still be busy. He'd still be busy to this day.
You got
Just
your 2 hours of Robert Downey's time. You didn't
yeah,
like it. That's a
right.
different thing.
Yeah. I'd also argue that like, well, oh goodness. I mean,
I thought Iron Man 3 was worse.
uh, I mean, I like three a little bit more than two, if only because two was like, let's do Iron Man again with more lasers this time. They didn't
And
feel
Yeah.
like a,
honestly,
And more
and it was
suits.
fine.
Let's
Yeah,
put more
yeah,
suits in it,
yeah.
uh,
The thing they
and,
were planning to do from the beginning.
and honestly, I like them both, but I also have never thought that
That it entitled you to 2 hours of Robert Downey Jr.'s time.
well, no, but where I was really gonna go is that there have been very few Marvel movies that have been more than an average trade paperback.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
So
absolutely fair.
like
Yes.
people outside of serious comic reading
Hmm.
are like, "Oh my God, this is amazing," and then they start judging them based against each other,
Yeah.
um, because they still haven't realized that the comics are better. I mean, it really
Hmm.
kind of
Hmm.
drives me up the wall because like everybody seems to know the book is always better than the movie, but so few people are willing to believe that the comic is better than the movie.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm gonna make a controversial claim here, and I'm gonna say that I think Captain America: Civil War is a better movie than Civil War the comic.
Um,
Like the entire Civil War, like across all of the
Like
tie-ins and all that.
I'm talking about Civil War by Mark Millar and Steve McNiven.
Yep.
Like those
you're
seven
talking just the
issues.
miniseries. Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
that
Those
many
seven
series.
issues.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't think that's controversial because I mean that one of the things that makes Civil War the event
Hmm.
so special is it's one of few times where the tie-ins were better
More
than what
important.
they were tying into.
Yeah.
And what they
Yes.
were tying into wasn't bad. It was
Right.
just an anchor.
Yes. And
So,
that's not to get us into this Civil War wormhole, but
Yeah.
I haven't been able. I mean, it was an event that I only experienced through osmosis, through seeing posters of it while playing
Right.
Magic tournaments and thinking,
Right.
oh, that's kind of neat. That's an interesting idea. And then trying to read it through trades I've never been able to get into it. I imagine if I had like a giant pile of single issues of all the of various tie-ins of various importance,
Or even
you
digital
know.
ones. I mean, because it's
Maybe,
also
yeah.
one that like really works best
Hmm.
if you do it in order.
Exactly. That's the other thing is that
And I
events.
have to look. Did they even do their omnibuses in
I have to hope that when they do those omnibuses of like, here's an event in every single tie-in, that they do it in some form of publication order, or at least
I mean,
close to it if they can.
I know, and oh, it looks like there isn't.
Oh,
I don't
There
think
might
so.
not be an
you
omnibus
know,
yet.
and that's where I guess this is to rejoin us
Oh,
to
wait a
our
minute.
great
There was a
responsibility.
box set.
Oh, there we
Um,
go. Not one omnibus, but a whole box set. I'm actually
but
thankful.
I'm curious as to how they set it up.
Oh yeah.
Because like I thought that was totally something that was done really well
Hmm.
with the Hickman X-Men, that they released
Yes.
it
Oh yeah. And then they
in like a
collected it.
reading order, is a collected reading order.
Yes. So
Um,
that you
Um,
could theoretically read it like one giant series between all the X books.
shameless plug.
Yeah.
I have Civil War and all of the tie-ins at my store, the
Bum ba
Nexus Vault
bum.
in Laverne, Minnesota.
Bum ba ba
Uh,
bum.
yeah. Anyway, I was having a conversation with someone yesterday about this.
Wow.
My partner, he was going through them all. We were pricing and whatnot, and he was like, "There are so many Civil War things." And I said, "Yeah," and all we got was a 3-hour movie.
Yep. Somehow.
Yeah.
Goodness. But yeah, I was just gonna say I'm thankful to feel like I am really happy right now with my connection to comics and the series I'm reading right now. I'd like to keep reading a little bit more, keep increasing that, but I feel like it's at a really good place and to finally feel disconnected from event comics because
Yeah.
that was what an event by one of my favorite writers was what had me step away from superheroes because I was like, well, I can either afford just this or I can afford to read indie series by all these people. And
Yeah.
I went that way. So it's one of those things that I appreciate superheroes for, getting people in the door, getting people to look at the medium. If anyone listening to this at this point was a huge Marvel movie fanatic and hasn't dug into comics yet, first of all, I don't know how you've found our podcast, but thank you. Second of all, please take the plunge. There's no bad place to start. It's like an ocean. Just dive in and find what interests you. But yeah, yeah. Civil
well, and I'll
War.
toss out that Comic Book Herald, as they often do, has a great reading
Should have
order
known.
for
Comic Book
for
Herald was great for
Civil
that.
for Civil War. And see like and as I'm glancing at it, and I haven't, it's been a while since I read the event. This is, I think, I'm pretty certain roughly the order that I would read it in, and the issues that one should definitely
Yeah.
catch. That there are a
Mhm.
handful of things that are, yeah, see, or no, I guess it has some Punisher.
Hmm.
I don't even know if this has everything that has Civil War at the top of it. I think this is um the specific stuff, and then there are separate lines
Wow.
for
For each
character.
title.
Right.
Yeah. That
I mean, because
is,
that's the thing, is like Civil War had some of the best creators in comics at the time
For
really
sure.
working in sync together.
mhm.
For
You
sure.
know, Millar and Fraction and Bendis and Remender, and like the list goes on.
Remender was
Mhm.
around for Civil War. I didn't
I
realize
want to
that.
say he did I could be wrong. I thought he was, because I thought that was part of his Punisher run.
I think his Punisher run started with, or actually, no, it didn't start. It took a turn with Dark Reign. So yeah, um, I know that. So it might have been like close to it or right after it even. Um, yeah, okay, yeah. So it does say that he, right, he co-wrote Punisher War Journal Volume 2 with Fraction and art by Howard Chaykin. So yeah, I do think you're right there because it goes,
And look at that.
yeah,
I didn't even remember that Chaykin was involved.
right? Holy
Poor
cow.
Howard. Poor Howard.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just again, like, I agree with you that the movie is better than the 7-issue series,
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
a doubt. Um, but oh no, that's just
Well,
the
and
second
now,
issues.
so here's a quick question for you guys. Has there been a like superhero event series like this that you've been able to get into and appreciate after the fact? Because I've always found that it's the
Oh,
kind
I
of
did
thing
this
that,
after the fact.
okay, okay.
Uh,
So you went
I
back
did
and
this
read,
one after the fact.
okay, so
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
gotcha, interesting.
yeah. I started No Man's Land in real time, but I finished it years later,
Hmm.
starting again from the beginning. Almost all event series I do after the fact.
I
I
did
don't.
the Green Lantern. Um,
Blackest Night.
yeah, I did that in real time, and
Hmm.
then afterwards decided, holy cow, I didn't need to buy all those hardcovers.
Right.
So it's kind of the opposite, Phil.
Yeah, that's funny. That was the first event when I was getting into single issues. That was the first one that I was around for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I went through just the main line of reading Blackest Night and Green Lantern,
Yeah,
and then a couple of the tie-ins here and there, and ultimately I enjoyed it. I stuck with it. Kept reading Green Lantern until Jeff Johns wrapped up that one.
yeah, yeah.
But
They did a whole hardcover like series with all
yeah.
the,
Oh,
and I have them all. I'm
yeah,
like,
I was gonna say it definitely seems like that was an event that it's so funny how it started out with them being like, oh, we're not gonna have too many tie-ins because Final Crisis just did that, and then in hindsight it's like, oh no, that but it started being successful. So then they were like, all right, everybody, we need to get those tie-ins pumping again.
yeah,
I read
crazy.
Final Crisis after the fact too.
Yeah, same.
Me
I
too.
Pretty
Same.
well.
that's one that yes, just picking up the trade of Final Crisis, I really enjoyed it.
I read House of M after the fact.
Okay.
Same. Yeah, House of M
And
was
again,
really
with all
good.
of these, I didn't just read the central event comic. I mean,
Hmm.
You
I mean, this
absorbed the
is the
whole thing.
advantage of having things like Marvel Unlimited and
Um,
DC Universe. I actually like read through the reading guides,
Interesting.
going through everything, you know. Um, because that's pretty much how I decide to do it. Like I wait until people that I trust start talking about the event afterwards.
Hmm.
And if it's getting lots of traction, I'm way more likely to kind of go back and put it together and read it than I would have been otherwise.
Interesting. All right.
So, anything else we're thankful for before we move on to books we hope will be spectacular?
I'm good.
Tyler, do you have any specifics that you know are coming up that you're looking forward to?
No, unfortunately, as far as like my own personal collection, and reading, like it's weird because I've switched into business mode, so it's
Right.
hard for me to look for stuff personally and look
Hmm.
at
Well,
it.
but I mean, you get to hope it will be spectacular sales.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. Interesting.
This was a week where I did lots of doubling up. Though and actually I need to move another one into
The
the
red shirts looked good. I ordered that Star Trek red shirts. Chris Cantwell.
yeah, I need to move another one into the books I know are spectacular really quick. Um, because I read Zach Kaplan's Kill All Immortals 2 last night. I think it's Fico Ossio. Is it Fico Ossio on that book? Anybody gonna beat me to it?
Uh, I'm not sure.
Hold on.
I'm a little familiar with it. Tyler is typing on some sort of hologram keyboard. He's
Yep,
It's
it's
apparently
Fico
hiding.
Ossio.
Tony Stark, right? Just
There
gonna.
you go.
So things I know are spectacular. Death Dog #2 from Bryce Ingman and Alex Robinson at Ahoy. I particularly love this series because the word that the dog uses to mean like one of the premises is that because these are kind of robot dogs, but they were built with like human DNA or not human dog DNA, so they got lots of dog tendencies, but they were also programmed to have like 100 word vocabulary so that they could because they're like futuristic guard dog, blah blah blah.
Hmm.
Um, but so the dog in question is one that had been designed to kind of actually have its own personality, and the word that becomes its catch-all word to mean. Have you guys seen Donnie Brasco?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know how there's that scene. They're always saying "forget about it." What does "forget about it" mean? And he's like, "Well, I mean, it depends on the context.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
yeah.
Yeah.
sometimes." So the word for this dog that can mean all sorts of things depending on the context and the intonation and whatnot is potato,
Hmm. I
which is
remember that.
which is my dog. So
So now your dog is part robot guard dog that
something
is
like
part of your
that.
fleet. Nice.
Well, I mean, no, because it's not the dog's name. It's what the dog
Oh.
says. It's what the dog says
Uh-huh.
to mean all sorts of things.
Okay.
Potato means I love you. Potato means hey, look out.
Nice. That's pretty fun.
Um, so yeah, Death Dog number 2 from Bryce Ingman and Alan Robinson at Ahoy. Kill All Mortals 2 from Zach Kaplan and Fico Ossio at Dark Horse. In like wonderful synchronicity. Paul Pope's book that he loves that not enough other people had read was part of a book that Fantagraphics publish is next week called The Magnificent Adventure: The Perils of Giuseppe Bergman by Milo Manara that had been previously out of print for like
Mm.
25 years. So like when he said it, he didn't think it would be easy for me to read it. And I was able to shoot him an text and go, "Hey, Paul, is it this one?" He's like, "It is. That's amazing." Um, and Fantagraphics sent me a reader PDF for it, so I can say that it is, in fact, very amazing. Um, Trigger warning: A Strangers in Paradise story from Terry Moore at Abstract Studio was sent out with his last Kickstarter as well, so I can also totally say that it was amazing. But otherwise, this was one of those weeks where I had to cheat a little bit. Uh, because Chris Cantwell has 2 books coming out. Briar Knight's Terror number 1 with Alex Lins from Boom, finally getting to finish the story the way he wanted to. And Star Trek Red Shirts number 5 with Megan Levins at IDW, Take My One Spot. Giant Size Criminal number 1 from Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips takes my 2 spot. I'm always happy to have more criminal. And how crazy is it that Matt Kint with 2 books from Bad Idea still can't be in front of Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips as much as I love Matt Kint and Bad Idea. Save Now number 2, Save Now number 1 was amazing. They're All Terrible number 3 from Matt. The Save Nows from Matt Kint and Thomas Chiarello, and They're All Terrible is Matt Kint and Ramon Villalobos. Both are from Bad Idea, and I fully expect them to be spectacular, but I have not read them, so right now we're going to say hope. Also, the collected edition of I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer by Doug Wagner and Daniel Hilliard. And I should have scrolled down further.
I have a backup. It's okay.
No, you
That
can talk about it.
I do.
I'll
Well,
shut up now.
read it. I haven't read it, so that was my hope.
Okay.
Like, I should read this one. This is the
You
trade reader
should.
pick. I
You
should
should.
read this
Oh,
one.
it's so good.
Yeah.
But go back and read
Plastic and
their
vinyl.
yeah, because this character,
Mhm.
if you want her backstory,
She's in
you really
vinyl.
she's in vinyl.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
okay.
And
Interesting.
so
I mean, really,
they
anything
are
by
not they
Doug
don't really
Wagner and Daniel Hilliard, you should
Oh
just
yeah. I need to. He sounds delightfully fucked up in a
that's
way I would
that's the
enjoy.
that's the
Yeah.
absolute best way to put it.
Yeah, that's
Delightfully
you
fucked
guys
up.
have talked about him enough, and because like I saw the covers of the books, I was like, those look really interesting. But how much you guys have talked about, I'm like, okay, I need to start reading this guy. This
Talked
is
with him.
talk about
Yeah.
him, with him, to him,
Yep.
all of those
Doug,
things.
Yep.
Doug and I follow each other on social media. He sends me like happy birthday when it's my
Oh,
birthday. I mean,
Yep.
it's
what a
crazy.
mensch.
He's no,
Doug's a good
he's
guy.
so nice. He's
That's
Doug's a
such a
good
awesome.
nice
guy.
guy.
I love the tradition of people who make disturbing art being absolute gems of people to
Yeah.
talk to. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
John Lee's from
Hmm.
Also,
yeah, him also. He's just so screwed up. The guy Orla, that's his book.
Oh yeah, I
And
need to catch up on
but
that.
he
Issue
is
one
such
was
a
great.
great guy. He's really into swimming. So
yep.
Oh,
he'll talk to you about lap swimming. And so
Yep.
it's really fun.
awesome.
Alex Cormack, who
Alex
will
Yeah.
be
Cormack,
on
yep.
tonight with Neil Clyde.
Hmm.
Um,
So in addition, my backup after I was a fashion school serial killer was I just saw they're putting out another edition, another printing, probably paperback of yeah, it is paperback of The Private Eye by Brian K. Vaughan,
yeah,
Marcos Martin,
Yep.
and uh,
Martine.
Martine, thank you, and Munsa Vincent, uh,
It's
which
Martine.
Martine, yes, which is a book I absolutely love. I've had it on
It's
my
so
shelf
good.
behind me. It's so good. I need to reread it. I'm
I
feeling
have
compelled to
it.
reread it now.
I have it.
Yeah,
I also have Barrier.
yeah, I have Barrier too. I haven't read that one, but I have the single issues that came out. So, I know I have a lot of books that I need to read. It's it's a dang
I do
shame.
too. I do too.
Um, but yeah, no, I read. I mean,
I have a crap ton of books that
yeah.
I need to read.
Private Eye was one where I picked it up as it was coming out on Panel Syndicate. It was, and absolutely loved it, absolutely
I
adored
mean,
it.
Tyler, you're the retailer now. Which is bigger, a crap ton or a metric crap ton?
Ooh, I think a metric crap ton.
Then I have a
This,
metric crap ton of books that I own
yeah,
but haven't read yet.
the standard
Same.
crap ton, it just doesn't hit the same.
Guys, okay, I'm gonna move my camera. I'll show you my pile size, okay? Right here. Oh, you can't really see the height of it, but
No.
Is
I
that
got a
from the
big.
floor?
No, it's on my desk.
Okay, then you're
It's about
nowhere near.
it's about four
Right.
inches high.
Yeah, that's like Tyler.
4 inches of pile. I was gonna say I have piles of piles.
I have 8 inches right next to me, and that's like not even the tip of my iceberg.
I know. I used to be so good about reading week in and week out.
Hmm.
So, uh, Tyler, you want to take us out?
Yeah, guys, thanks for listening. Hopefully, I will be back soon. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun episodes that I want to be included on. But thanks for listening, and we'll catch you guys after the next page. See ya.
Yeah. New to order this month. Initial orders are due December 25th. This is so important to our new to order sponsors, starting with longtime co-host. He'll be back one of these days. Tyler has his Nexus Vault in Laverne, Minnesota. Phone number is 507-858-8914 at 109 East Main Street, Laverne, Minnesota. You can also find them at thenexusvault.com. But also in December, we have a secondary sponsor. Lee, you want to take it away?
Yes, sir. That's me. So Lee Woods, co-owner of Modern Age Comics in Algonquin. Our website is modernagereader.com. We're located at 2214 East Algonquin Road in Algonquin, Illinois, 60102. And that phone number is 847-409-6295.
All righty. And also because we've actually we started doing this because we wanted to actually take a moment to remind people that you should order things in advance. I've remembered that FOCs are really important, so we're now going to give both the final order cutoff and the date that it comes out as a reminder to everybody when they listen to this every month that they really should tell their comic shops the stuff they want. It makes their lives so much easier. So we're going to start out with Archie X Army of Darkness #1 from Eric Burnham and Bill Galvin at Dynamite. Final order cutoff January 5th, in stores on February 4th.
We will continue on with Autumn Kingdom, The Wraithbound Queen #1 by Colin Bunn and Christopher Mitten, produced by Oni, FOC January 12th and in stores February 4th.
Then there's Barbarians Behind Bars #1 from Elliot Kalin, Andrea Moody at Mad Cave. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 11th.
Next, we got Black Moon Rituals, one shot by Yatasha Womack and Aletha Martinez, published by AWA. Final order cutoff is January 12th. It comes out on shelves February 25th.
Bleeding Hearts #1, Denise Camp and Stipend Morian.
Dennis Camp.
Dennis Camp.
Yeah. Sorry.
Put out by DC and DC Vertigo. Future order cutoff is January 19th, on shelves February 11th.
Butch, a hate comic, one shot from Peter Bagg at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff January 5th, in stores February 4th.
The Center Holds #1 by Larry Hama and MD Bright from Boom Comics. Final order cutoff will be December 22nd and in stores on February 11th.
Crickets #9 from Sammy Harcum at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff January 5th, in stores February 4th.
Daredevil #1 by Stephanie Phillips and Lee Garbett from Marvel. FOC is January 12th and on shelves at March 25th.
Death Fight Forever #1 by Andrew McLean and Alexis Zurett from Image Comics. FOC January 26th, on shelves February 18th.
Diorc #1 from Brett Bean, Jean-Francois Beaulieu at Image Comics. On final order cutoff is January 12th and in stores on February 4th.
DuckTales Valentine's Day Special, one shot by Connor Ratliff and James III, Libero Ermedi. Hope I said that right. From Dynamite. Final order cutoff is January 12th and will be in stores on February 11th.
EC Tortured Hearts one shot from Jordi Belair, Teeny Howard, Blake Howard, Ann Nesenti, Sebastian Cabrol, Fabiana Mascolo, Dan McDade, Arjuna Susini at Oni. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 11th.
Next, we got End of Life #1 by Carl Starks and Steve Pugh at DC Vertigo. FOC is January 26th, with it being on shelves February 18th.
Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre #1 from Fred Kennedy and James Edward Clark from Mad Cave Comics. FOC January 26th, on shelves February 18th.
A facsimile edition of Hate #1 from Peter Bagg at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff is January 5th in stores, February 18th.
Is Ted Okay by David Chisholm and by David Chisholm from Mad Cave Comics. Chisholm by David Chisholm from Mad Cave Comics. Thank you. FOC February 2nd and in stores February 25th.
It's Jeff Meets Daredevil by Kelly Thompson and Guri Huru. I am so sorry. At Marvel Comics, FOC January 5th, out in stores February 4th.
Just Brutal #1 by Dennis Hopeless and Brom Revel at Ignition. FOC is January 5th, on shelves February 11th.
Lands Unknown, The Skinless Man #1 from Ben Stenbeck, Dark Horse Comics. FOC January 26th, in stores March 4th.
Lenore, The Curse of the BB Yaga #1 from Roman Dirge at Titan. FOC is January 26th, in stores February 18th. Lenore's one of Tyler's favorites, so I'm certain that you'll be able to find this at Vault of Midnight. Or Vault of Midnight's a great shop out in Out in Michigan at Nexus Vault.
There you go.
Phil's looking at me weird, and we just plugged another comic shop. That's how much we love comic stores.
Leonine the Vampire, The House of Yonda #1 by Mike
And
Mignola
Yola.
and Rachel Aragno?
That one I don't know for certain.
Aragno. Gonna go with that. From Dark Horse Comics, FOC is February 9th and in stores March 18th.
Love Ignited one shot from Patrick Horvath and Olivia Dufault and Chris Burnham, Danny. Ignition Press, FOC, December 15th, in stores February 8th.
Next, we got A Mischief of Magpies, #1 by Simon Spurrier and Matthias Bergara at Distillery. FOC is January 19th, on shelves March 11th.
Muppets Noir #1 from Roger Langridge, Dynamite Comics. FOC is January 19th, in stores February 18th.
Murder Drones #1 from Wyatt Kennedy and Joe Mi Gyong at Oni. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 25th.
The Peril of the Brutal Dark, an Ezra Kane mystery #1 by Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips from DC/Vertigo. FOC is February 2nd, and then in stores on February 25th.
Pooh Bear Adventures #1 from Matt Cole, Tessa Rose at Keenspot. FOC January 5th, in stores February 18th.
Next, we got Ripcord #1 by Cullen Bunn and Anik. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
I think it might be Aniki, but yeah.
Anik, sorry.
One of the two.
One of those, I'm sure. FOC December 15th and on shelves February 4th.
The Rocketeer, The Island #1, from John Layman and Jacob Edker at IDW. FOC January 19th, in stores February 25th.
Sirens Love Hurts #1 from Teeny Howard and Babs Tarr at DC Comics. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 11th.
Snow Monkey #1 from Jason Shaw and Hubert Kahn Michael at Red 5. FOC is January 5th and in stores on February 18th.
Star Trek Deviations Threads of Destiny one shot from Stephanie Williams, Gregory Maldonado, and Mark Alvarado at IDW. FOC January 19th, in stores February 25th.
Star Wars Jar Jar one shot. Ahmad Best, Mark Guggenheim, Kieran McCown, Laura Braga at Marvel. FOC is January 12th, on shelves February 11th.
Super Thick Lucky Tales #1 from Tom Seeley.
Tim Seeley.
Tim Seeley, Troy Dungara, Danny Harrell, Javen Loop, and from Keenspot. FOC January 5th, on shelves February 4th.
The Thing on the Doorstep #1 from Simon Burks and Willie Roberts. Image Comics. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 11th.
Universal Monsters, The Phantom of the Opera #1, brought to you by Tyler Boss and Martin Simmons of Image Comics. FOC January 26th, in stores February 18th.
Usagi Yojimbo Kaito 84 #1 from Zach Rosenberg, Jared Cohen, Dark Horse Comics. FOC February 2nd, in stores March 11th.
Next, we have White Sky #1 by William Harris, Lee Lowridge, Jean Paul Mavinga at Image.
That's
and this
actually
is February 18th.
William Harms. And I did forget to put a FOC, didn't I? We'll find that really quick. Talk amongst yourselves. What's the name of the book again? White Sky.
White Sky #1. Ted recently revealed to me he had to do some actual editing on
And
a previous episode.
I might have to again.
Well, I'm hoping that I can turn into a sound clip to be reused forevermore.
I mean, that's possible.
Immortalized for technical difficulties unforeseen.
Final order cutoff is January 26th. That's
In
William
stores,
Harms.
February 18th. White Sky.
So some graphic novels after all of the lots of new series starting up at the beginning of the year. Graphic novels in this catalog, starting with Animon from Anouk Ricard at Drawn and Quarterly. Final order cutoff January 26th. In stores March 18th.
Brink Book 6 from Dan Abnett and ING Culbert at Rebellion. FOC is January 5th, and your in-store date is February 26th.
That would be one of the rare. We're doing a book 6 because the first 5 are quite good, and I haven't talked about them enough, and I need to reread them.
All right. Next up is College Tribe by Olivia Quartero Briggs and Roberta Ingranata from Mad Cave Maverick. Final order cutoff January 26th. In stores February 18th.
Next, we have Crazy for You by Paul Theroux and Steve Lafleur at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff is January 5th, on shelves March 18th.
Curse of Dark Shadows from Craig Hurd McKinney at Jock. Gervasio and Gervasio from Hermes Press, FOC, January 5th. In stores, February 4th.
Detective Stanley and the Green-Thumbed Thief. Hannah Tunnicliffe, Erica Harrison at Flying Eye Books, FOC January 5th, in stores February 3rd.
Destiny and the Phantom of the Swim Team, brought to you by Bill Holbrook and H.H. Glynn, Terrence and Isabel Marks from Hermes Press. Final order cutoff will be January 5th, and it'll be in stores on February 4th.
Elvis by Chris Miskowitz, Michael Shelfer at C2. Final order cutoff January 26th. In stores February 25th.
Next, we have Fallen by Matt Ringel and Henry Ponciano at Red 5. Final order cutoff is January 12th, on shelves February 25th.
Five Gears in Reverse, a criminal book from Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips from Image Comics, FOC, January 5th. In stores, May 20th.
Frankenstein, the Unconquered, Book 1 from Wells Thompson, Dalton K. Shannon, Mary Landro, Elizabeth Mackenzie, Dahlia Maha at Hermes Press. Final order cutoff January 19th. In stores February 18th.
Galaxy as the World Falls Down by Jadzia Axelrod and Ry Hickman at DC Comics. Final order cutoff will be February 2nd, and will be in stores on May 5th.
Genderqueer Annotated Edition by Maya Kobabe and Phoebe Kobabe, Justin Hall, Randy Storm, Mel Gilman at Oni. Final order cutoff April 27th. In stores May 20th.
Next, we have Halloween Boy, Volume 1, Last of the Halloween Boys by Dave Baker at Oni. Final order cutoff is May 4th, on shelves May 27th.
Hot or Not from Jessica Campbell, from Drawn and Quarterly, FOC, January 26th. In stores, March 18th.
Just Between Us, Adeline Kahn, Dial Books, FOC, January 26th, in stores February 24th.
Lovely Recipe, brought to you by Mira Rose Nino at Random House. Final order cutoff January 5th, in stores February 3rd.
Metadogos for Bernice Matois de Narbonne, Drawn and Quarterly. Final order cutoff January 12th. In stores March 4th.
Next, we got Ninja Kaiju by Franco Scoot McMahon at Paper Cuts. Final order cutoff is January 26th, on shelves February 18th.
Pancake Trap from Stephanie Young and Allison Lassiter from Oni, FOC, May 18th. Cutoff is in stores January 10th.
June 10th.
June 10th.
Snowlands Volume 1, A Blood Moon from More Miraz, Colin Fogel at Scholastic. FOC January 5th, in stores February 4th.
Stimulus by Daniel Friedman, Robert Sandlin, Stefano Rildini, Tom Coker, Filia Batukin, all at Dark Horse. Final order cutoff will be January 26th, and you will see it in stores on April 28th.
Supergirl's Family Vacation by Brandon T. Snyder and Sarah Lever at DC FOC February 2nd, in stores May 5th.
Next, we have Superpunk, and I might need an assist here. That is Mertes Santana and Gilherme Patrica.
I think so.
Well, awesome. By Oni Press. Final order cutoff is April 13th. On shelves May 6th.
Tamiya and the Memories of the Dragon from David Branya at from Pijito Paper Cuts, FOC January 19th, on shelves February 11th.
Unemployed Killers Support Group from Rio at Titan. Final order cutoff January 12th and in stores February 4th.
Vincent Van Gogh, Sadness Will Last Forever from Francesco Barilli and Saka, Mad Cave and Becco Giallo. Final order cutoff will be February 2nd, and you'll see it in stores on February 25th.
Wolfsbane, Volume 1 by Ryan Cady, Morgan Beam at Rebellion, FOC January 5th, in stores February 25th.
Next, we have Wonton Soup, which sounds really good right now. The Book and the Soup by James Stucco by Oni. Final order cutoff June 1st, but on stores, let me try that again. In stores and on shelves, hopefully, June 24th.
All right, we'll round it up with some collections, starting with Action Before the Ban, Volume 1 from Pat Mills, John Wagner, Jerry Finley Day, Steve McManus, Kelvin Gosnell, Tom Tully, Barry Mitchell, Mike Dory, Ramon Sola, Horacio Olalia, Massimo Bellardinelli, the English comic that was so gruesome that it got pulled from shelves. Final order cutoff. This is from Rebellion, which also puts out 2000 AD. Final order cutoff is January 5th, in stores on February 25th.
Say that 5 times fast. Our next one is Batman Dark Patterns from Dan Waters and Hayden Sherman at DC Comics. Final order cutoff being January 19th and in stores on March 31st.
Brainiacs by Shelly Fish and Joe Simcoe at Titan. Final order cutoff May 18th, in stores June 10th.
Next, we have Damnation of Charlie Wormwood by Christina Blanche and Chris Carr and Chi at Hermes Press. Final order cutoff is January 26th. On shelves February 25th.
Doctor Strange by Paul Smith, artist edition from Roger Stern and Paul Smith from Image Act 4. FOC is March 30th, on shelves August 12th.
Tyrant from E.E. Zan and Godfar at Image Comics. Final order cutoff January 12th, in stores February 18th.
The Juniper Lodge by Dustin Weaver, Jeremy Barlow, DJ Bryant, all at Image Comics. Final order cutoff is January 5th, and you will see it in stores on May 20th.
The Killer Affairs of the State 2 by Mats Luke Giacomone at Boom Archaea, FOC January 26th, in stores April 28th.
Then we have Love Stories About Death by Dirk Manning, Owen Gianni, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Austin McKinley, Rich Bonk, Christopher Marchman at Prana. Final order cutoff is January 5th, in stores February 4th.
Marvel Creator Collection #1, Back to the Savage Land from Barry Windsor Smith at Fantagraphics, FOC January 12th, in stores February 25th.
Killing Your Thirst from Jimmy Palmiotti and Juan Santa Cruz at Mad Cave. Final order cutoff January 19th. In stores February 11th.
Queen of the Cosmos Comics Trilogy by Barbara Willie Mendez at Fantagraphics Underground. Final order cutoff will be January 5th, and you will see it in stores on February 11th.
Trailer Trash by Natalie Wong and Alyssa Villery and Yishan Lee at Vault Webtoon FOC January 5th, in stores March 11th.
Next, we have Red Vector by David D.B. Andre, Tim Daniel, Chris Evanhuis at Mad Cave. Final order cutoff is January 12th. In shelves February 4th.
Spider Girl, Breath Through the Fire by Torin Gronbeck and Andre Riso. And Diogenes Nevis, Diogenes
I think it's Diogenes Nevis.
Diogenes Nevis at Marvel FOC January 12th. On shelves March 24th.
A Star Called the Sun, a collection of short science fiction stories from Simon Roy. From Image Comics, in store, or final order cutoff January 5th, in stores February 11th.
Star Trek Deep Space Nine Omnibus by Scott Tipton, David Tipton, Mike Chen, Greg Scott, Angel Hernandez, all at IDW Comics. Final order cutoff is January 19th and in stores February 24th.
Supergirl Volume 1 Misadventures in Midvale by Sophie Campbell, Rosie Cramp, and Paulina Gansho. From DC Comics FOC January 19th, in stores March 31st.
Next, we have Superman, The Kryptonite Spectrum by W. Maxwell Prince, Martin Morazzo at DC. Final order cutoff is January 26th. In stores April 21st.
Universal Monsters, The Invisible Man from James Tinian IV and Danny from Image Comics FOC February 16th, on shelves March 25th.
Wake Now in the Fire, Jarrett Dapier, AJ Dungo, 10-speed press. Final order cutoff is January 5th, in stores February 3rd.
Wild Animals by Ed Brisson, Andy Kuhn from Mad Cave Comics. Final order cutoff January 12th, in stores February 4th.
And last but certainly not least, we have Wonder Woman Historia Absolute Edition by Kelly Sue DeConnick, Phil Jimenez, Gene Ha, and Nicola Scott, all at DC Comics. Final order cutoff January 26th, in stores August 11th.
And thank you so much for our Die role-playing group for helping out today. And remember to put in your orders at your local comic shop, particularly if your local comic shop is either Nexus Vault in Laverne, Minnesota, or the Modern Age Comics in Algonquin, Illinois.